What is 1 times 5? Boom, it's 5. It's math time, lesson 128. Go grab your paper and a red and blue crayon and a pencil.
Share equally. There are 6 apples and 2 baskets. Let's place an apple in each basket until all the apples are gone. All of the apples are gone, and there are 3 apples in each basket. When we share 6 apples equally between 2 baskets, each basket receives 3 apples. We can write this as 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Divide the cubes equally into 2 groups. There are 10 cubes. We need to divide them equally into 2 groups. Let's draw 2 empty groups, then place the cubes inside each group until all the cubes are gone. There are 5 cubes in each group, so 10 divided 2 equals 5. The division table of 2.
So what you just watched was a simple version of what we're going to do today. It just gave you some pictures of what types of thing we're going to talk about dividing by 2. And this is our division sign. And today we're only talking about dividing by 2. So this right here means taking this number, whatever it is, and dividing it into 2 groups. So this means how many groups? Okay, so for example, we're going to change this number. So let's say I have the number 10. So we want to do 10 divided into 2 groups. So I'm going to use pennies for this. So here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And some of you can do this in your head. And you can just say, hey, we're going to split these up instead of doing 1 by 1, but I'm going to show you how it is 1 by 1. So if you're going to do this, just like we've been doing, making equal groups. Division and multiplication are very similar when it comes to equal groups. So 10 divided by 2 means how many are in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would equal 5. Here we have another example. We're going to look at our number is 14. So I have 14 coins here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide them into 2 groups to find our answer. Okay, so how many are in each? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that equals 7. You guys are used to doing this by doing our equal groups with the remainder. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. Good, we're going to do one more. So now we're going to do 18 divided by 2, and we have our 18 pieces right here, our 18 pennies, and we're going to divide those into 2 groups. There you go. So how many are in each group? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Okay, I wanted to show you a quick way to also check your work when you're doing division. Okay, so if we take 18, which we just did, divided by 2, we realize that that was 9. Okay, and a way to check your answers is to go backwards using multiplication, because division and multiplication are opposites. So if we go this way, 18 divided by 2 equals 9. We can check it by saying 9 times 2 equals 18, and that checks out, so this one is correct. 14 divided by 2, we did that one, is 7. Now if we do it backwards, 7 times 2 is 14, so that one checks out. 2 divided into 2 groups equals 1. Okay, if we do it backwards, 1 times 2 is 2. And that one checks out. So that's just a little sneaky way of checking your work to make sure your multiplication answers or your division answers are correct. You just do it backwards with multiplication. Okay, so go grab your paper and we're going to get started on our guided practice. All right, guys, we're on lesson 128, and here is your problem of the day. And of course, we are doing multiplication by 4s, so we need to still practice 4s. Even this summer, you need to practice your 3s and 4s and 2s and 5s and 0s and 1s and all that good stuff. So both sides need to be done, and then we are going to be on the top of page 128. We're going to do this together. Make sure that you are really practicing drawing your lines straight. This is draw a 9-centimeter line segment. And you know how I like to do it. I like to start at the 9 and go all the way to the dot. Okay, and don't forget your name and date. We have to measure this line segment using centimeters. It's 9 centimeters. Let's see if the light will help this. See it a little better. There we go. All right. So it says the children in Mrs. Watkins' class collected 258 cans for recycling. They gave 175 cans to the custodian. Custodian is someone that goes around the classes or schools and makes sure it's all clean. They do a lot of work. How many cans do they have left? So if they're giving some away, that's definitely going to be a sum went away. So we're definitely going to be using a minus for that one. Okay, so let's read it again. They collected 258 cans for recycling. They gave away, so subtract 175. Okay, so now let's do the math. We can definitely take 5 away from 8, so 8 minus 5 is 3. But we can't take 7 away from 5, so we're going to need to borrow from here. So this becomes 1. And then we are going to put, this becomes 15. So now we can take 15 minus 7 is 8. And 1 minus 1 is 0. You can write 0 or you don't have to write anything at all. Okay, so our number sentence is 258 minus 175 equals 83 cans, and the answer is 83 cans. Okay, now let's look at this next one. This next one we don't have a drawing, but we're just going to have to read it. It says, there are 3 orange, 2 green, and 7 yellow candies in a bag. If you put all those candies together and picked one without looking, which color would you most likely pick? So basically the word most likely means which one is there most of. So we would most likely pick a yellow because there are 7 yellows. So why? Because there are more yellow candies in the bag. There are more yellow candies in the bag. That's why you're most likely to pick yellow. Okay, number sentence. So even though there are not lines here, I still like to label. So 1, 2, 3. There are 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our number sentence is going to be 6 times 3. And what is 6 times 3? 18. Very good. Okay, measure the sides of the rectangle in problem number 3 using centimeters. So we're measuring this using centimeters. So let's measure. Well, that is 6 centimeters, so all we need to do is add CM here, and that is 3 centimeters. So they actually made centimeter squares. So what is the perimeter? Remember, perimeter is adding all sides. So 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6. So we don't have to, it's just asking for the perimeter, so we don't have to write it down, but it might be easier for you to write it. If I do 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 3 is 6. We can do the math right here, and you can make sure you have the right answer. So 18 centimeters for this side, this side, this side, and this side. Make sure you're labeling it, okay? Okay, write a mixed number to show how many squares are shaded. So there's 1, 2 that are fully shaded, and then how much is shaded out of here? 2 out of 3, which is 2/3. Okay, here's where you're going to need your crayons. Okay, so first it says put a red dot at 1,3. So remember, our rule is to go over, then up. Okay, so we're going to go over 1. We always start at 0, 0. Over 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to get our blue, and remember it's over, up. So it's over 2, 1, 2, and it's up 0. So it's just going to be right here. Okay. And here's what we decided we review today. So it's taking 6, and remember division means breaking it up into groups. So 6 divided by 2, which means the number 6 divided into 2 groups, each group will have 3. 18 divided into 2 groups, each will have 9. And another way you can check this, if you remember, 3 times 2 is 6. 9 times 2 is 18. So you can go backwards and double check your answer. 4 divided into 2 groups is 2. 12 divided into 2 groups is 6. Okay, and we're going to do an addition and a subtraction. 7 plus 8 is 15. We got to carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay. Here's subtraction. We know that we can't take 6 away from 0, so we need to borrow. This becomes 8. We add the 10 over here. 10 plus 0 is 10. Oops, I made that look like a 6. Let me fix that. 10 minus 6 is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, so your job is going to be to flip this paper over and do your very best on this side. Let me know if you have any questions, and make sure you are reading every number and we're not skipping any, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know.